the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Good morning!
Santa Barbara Teen Sports listeners, I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara Teen Athlete. Woo! Do it again. Woo! And all those people and businesses that support those athletes. I said do it again because everybody's chewing. Because we have the SourDoughBreadLady in the house. We love you. Woo, Victoria. How you doing, Victoria?
I'm doing great. I have I just learned that the bread that I make is first of all, it's healthy because it's made of spelt and it's sprouted
right now. Wow.
It's sprouted and it's fermented, so it's like double, triple healthy.
We get drunk?
Yeah, you look drunk already.
The energy wants to get drunk. Season's greetings.
He's drunk on life.
Okay, so here's what I found out. I'm sure it's not a news for the listeners. A lot of people already know that wheat that is grown here in the country is being sprayed by Roundup. And Roundup, and that's it kills the wheat, and it actually the plant ripens faster, and they're able to harvest more grain and have more grain and make more bread. But it's actually poisonous. It has glyphosate that weakens our immune system, and that's why 95% of the population have all sorts of autoimmune disorders. And they think it's because of the gluten, but it's not gluten. It's actually glyphosate in Roundup.
Well, and then the grains need to be genetically modified to be Roundup ready, right? So that they can be sprayed and still survive.
Exactly.
So they aren't like your ancient grains.
Yeah, so now it's not only just genetically modified problem, it's also a Roundup and poison.
Hi, this is Dominique Hackett. The issues that we have with our food are so manifold. I mean, we do a lot to make sure that we have proper labeling on our food and everything, but the reality is the more you can eat locally, the more you have someone like you who's producing bread that really understands the ingredients, we're just going to be so much healthier because the science is still being developed as to what we're doing to our food to feed masses of people, how that's really affecting the body,
exactly,
how that's turning on our DNA, how it's affecting our genes. And so we're still learning about the impact of the technology that we're using to mass produce food.
Yeah, to get more food, but the quality suffers. And spelt is one of the ancient wheats that was used to be called farro grain by Romans, but then Italians, they changed it in the end of 1990s. They decided to call it spelt. So it's the healthiest grain. It has more lysine, the enzyme that helps digestion, than wheat, and it breaks down the protein to amino acids so we can absorb it easier. So I decided to use that for now until I find something better.
I got a question here. Good.
Wonderful bread.
Oh, how you get this wonderful bread? You can get it from me at you can call me, or you can call or text at 805-636-9454.
Say it again, please. I didn't get it.
Do you have your pen ready?
No, I went to just
805-636-9454, or you can email me at SourDoughBreadLady@gmail.com. And I have my website up now, but I was trying to write the blog there, but I didn't finish it. But it's kind of like you don't find much information in it, but it's SourDoughBreadLady.com.
Oh, I got a question. We have Eva Burford in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Sophomore, Santa Barbara Dawn. Okay, so
yes.
when you go to where do your mom go shopping? That doesn't really matter, but just,
Oh, yeah, we go to Vaughn's.
Okay, so when you go to Vaughn's, because, you trust Vaughn's, right? Mm-hmm. So you figure if you go inside Vaughn's, Vaughn's is going to take care of, us shoppers. Okay, so when you go buy bread, do you, as a sophomore, Santa Barbara Dawn, do you read the package?
Oh, I never read the package.
Okay, well,
I just trust my mom with that.
Exactly. Well, I am a mom, and I never read the package.
Oh, no.
I've educated more at 55 years old after meeting Victoria than I've ever knew about bread in my whole life.
I think my whole
Seriously.
mind just expanded this whole room. I didn't have any knowledge about bread, except that was good.
Yeah, I'm serious. So talk about the process, Victoria. How long does it actually take to make one loaf of bread?
It takes 24 hours to sprout the grain, and then I can make flour out of it, and then I ferment it, which takes another 24 hours, and then I finally make bread out of it. So it's 3 days from start to finish to put this bread on your table.
Can you talk again about the difference between, so many people have gluten sensitivities, or they think that it's a gluten sensitivity, but then I know people who have cut out gluten and then eaten something like spelt for a while, and then they're fine, but then they can bring back the gluten, or what is going on with our gluten?
Unfortunately, doctors, not all doctors are educated in that, and they just say, get off gluten, don't eat any grains, don't eat any flour, except
scorch it all out.
For rice, but just scorch it. Yeah, it's easier. Of course, they stop eating all sorts of flours, they feel better. But they don't tell them that actually it's a good source of protein. It's a good source of vitamin B.
Lots of nutrients.
And lots of nutrients. Just to cut it off your diet is not really healthy, because they start eating rice and other beans and stuff in their
Potato starch.
And they think that they're going to lose weight. And no, it's actually more carbs, and it's not protein. And no protein and no vitamins, essential vitamin B that our it's so important for to function, because we can't have energy without vitamin B. And instead of educating doctors, instead of educating their patients and tell them what kind of grain they can eat, they just tell them cut it off completely.
And then why sprouted? What is the difference with it being sprouted or not sprouted?
That's a good question. Sprouting actually converts the grain into vegetable state.
Oh.
So you actually, it's a completely different structure.
Different structure, the proteins, the nutrients,
it's
everything.
Easier,
more accessible for the body.
Much easier digestible, and it's just breaks down the whole component. It becomes alive. So you're actually eating live food. It's not longer in the grain, because when the grain is in the grain form, it can sit on the shelves for years. And when it starts sprouting, it's going to go bad real fast, so you have to eat it.
That's one thing. When I was a kid, we had Twinkies. And you could put a Twinkie on a shelf, and it wouldn't go bad. And then I read the ingredients. As a kid, it literally had formaldehyde in it.
Oh, my gosh.
So the things that we as a public have eaten, it's kind of horrific.
Yeah.
So I really, really appreciate your bread so much.
Well, that was a good point, because they even embalmers don't have to put as much formaldehyde in bodies because the amount that we're eating.
Easier,
it's true, really.
When they're burying.
Okay, I have a question. So I was just eating your bread, taste buds just going everywhere. Do you only use sprouted grain in your bread, or do you use various other things?
No, only sprouted grain. I stopped using any other grain. Sometimes I put sprouted flax in it. Sometimes I don't. So, it varies. But this particular one that you're tasting, it's special edition for the holidays. It has olives in it.
That's what I like. I like the olives.
Yeah, and I put a little bit of cheese, mozzarella cheese.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how do you keep it since there's no preservatives?
Oh yeah, that's a good question, Terry. I slice it and I put it in the freezer, and I recommend it to the people who will buy my bread they can slice it, put it in the freezer, and then take a piece at a time or whatever you need it. Because if you leave it on the counter for more than 2 days, it's going to go bad. It can grow mold in it. But if it's in the freezer, you take it out, put it in a toaster, and you have fresh bread with your soup, your salad. Like last night we put garlic on it and a little Parmesan, and we had garlic bread with our salad.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, and I don't leave it on the counter much. And my husband said, "Oh, are we out of bread?" I said, "No, surprise!" I pull out a few pieces. He's like, "Oh, nice."
Now, what were you saying about keeping a guy? Like if you
Oh yeah.
Okay, what's the secret?
The secret is
Terri Cooper, Dr. Energy wants to know.
yeah.
No, I do know.
If you,
I do know.
what do you know?
I know. The way to keep it is. What did you say? What did you say?
I'm just saying, look good.
I recommend to people who are listening right now, go to the market, get sprouted flour. You don't have to go through the process. I use special process because I love it. It's my passion. But you don't have to do it. You have busy schedule. Just go get sprouted spelt or kamut or other ancient grain flour. Bring it home. You don't even have to use fermentation method. Get yeast. That's fine. And you mix that bread. Just 2 cups of flour, or 1 cup of flour, 2 cups of water, a little bit of salt. Mix it in. Put some yeast in it. Wait for it a little bit to rise. Put it in the oven, and the smell.
That's it? Wait,
Yeah, it's only water and flour and salt.
Bread is really simple. People forget.
Yeah, it's very simple. And you preheat your oven to 350 and put it in some Dutch oven or something. Put it in the oven for 40 minutes, and then the smell in the house.
The aroma.
Thank you, Terri.
Aroma.
I love you. Yeah.
Sales lady.
The aroma in the
Or odor.
house, it will save your relationship. It will, your husband or your loved one, they will love you, and they will just appreciate what you do. And it's so simple, and it's magic.
Well, my husband's the cook and the baker in our family, so I'll be passing along how to,
How you going to keep
the aroma, aroma alive in the house there.
Yeah.
So all that training I had as a marriage and family therapist was for naught. All I needed to do is tell these women to buy a loaf of your bread.
That's right.
Yes.
Send them to me.
Hey, we got a big show. We've got a Westmont warrior in the house, Motte-Wilds. Woo! That's it. We've got Ellie Chenoweth, Santa Barbara Dawn. Yes! And we're going to have a nice discussion with Kristen Snedden and Terri Cooper. Woo! So stay tuned. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. We are so blessed. You know you're like one of my favorites.
So blessed.
No, I'm blessed.
We're
blessed.
We're all
blessed. All right. Sorry. It's right before the holidays. We got to say we're all blessed. We're seriously, though. Kristen Snedden's in the house. College Keystone. What I love about you is that you always keep us, informed of what's going on. And we've been very fortunate. Santa Barbara is just the best, most happeningest place. I don't think one person that was hungry over Thanksgiving. I really mean that. Mm-hmm. I honestly, I could say that more this year than any other year with all the Thanksgiving festivities they had. I mean, if you were a veteran, you got to eat. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you were a child, I can't think of a place that any church. I think we've probably fed over 100,000 meals.
We were very generous.
Seriously, I've saw more trucks with turkeys in it. I think if we were the only family. I spared the turkey. I pardoned the turkey this year. First time ever. I figured there was I know. We have so many veggies. All my kids are all adopting vegetarian girlfriends, and I'm trying to make that important, thing. Okay, so like I said, that's it. Pardon the turkey. I said that's it. So we just did vegetarian everything.
Nice. Well, I'm sorry to say we have
she doesn't couldn't tell you she ate the rooster.
Oh.
The rooster.
Well, we had 2 turkeys, so maybe.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Spread the turkeys around.
There you go.
I don't know.
All right.
Side.
Erica, there's so much to talk about
Let's do
with colleges. This season, right around December, the end of November, right at the beginning of December, where we are now, people have finished their UC apps. They finished their first wave of early application apps. And I just wanted to point out the things that I hear seniors say over and over again when they're filling out their applications, their I wish I had list, because when they get to the application, they're filling it in and they see these open blank spots for, I could put in here that I worked at a job, that I actually worked for pay somewhere. And that's just a blank spot. If you've never worked and you've never earned your own money, you have nothing to put there. So that's one big I wish I had. Another one is taking advantage of summer internships or research opportunities or something outside of just your regular curriculum is another big I wish I had. And then this is a huge one, is I wish I had kept a list of my achievements. I got some award for something. I don't remember when. I don't remember what it was for.
How far back do you go on that? You don't go
till
like
freshman year.
Oh, do you? Okay.
You do. And when
not 8th grade.
No, not 8th or 9th grade.
Okay,
But some people take special exams. Well, there you go. You got to dig deep. You got to dig deep to find something. And another thing about that is that a lot of times people think that I can't put something down because it wasn't big enough or important enough. And really, it's all important. You have 9 slots to fill there. And if you have more than that, that's great. You can pick and choose. But so many times, seniors are sitting there and struggling to think of something to put in, and it's anxiety provoking. So I kind of encourage people to maybe open an application for some college that you might be interested in. See what their application looks like when early on, freshman year, sophomore year. See what it is you're going to be filling in those blanks. Not so that you're living your life that way, but so that you can just sort of not be at the end of that time period and saying, I wish I had done that. I wish I had had a job at some point in there, something like that. So also December, this beginning of December time is when that first wave of early application acceptances or rejections come in. And, I've done this college counseling for a long time, but this is the first time my daughter is in this process. So now that we're in the household and waiting for those first letters to come in, it is such a stressful time. And I just want to remind people that just getting through school, graduating, all the accomplishments up to this point already, it's a really big deal. And to just sort of stay calm and focused and enjoy your successes and let that be enough for right now and wait until the letters come in and handle it all after everything's in, because rejections will come first in that early application cycle. And now for seniors, it gets drawn out for so many months. It used to be November you applied, you'd hear back in a couple months, everything all at once, and then you kind of were in a flurry and you were done. But now you apply in October for early, November, December, January, February, still doing applications, hearing back, and it's really personal putting yourself out there. So that's the other thing. And then one more thing I want to mention, if there's time, is I've just realized I have a lot of students who don't realize this. There's something new, especially in the private schools, and it has to do with 100% need met. And I really want to direct people to, there's several websites that can do this, but collegedata.com is one where you can look up schools and find out what % of your need will be met by that school. And the reason it's important is because you can pay less to go to Stanford, Harvard, Yale. I'm only mentioning Ivy Leagues, but private schools, any private school, than you would pay to go to a UC school. And people do not realize that. They limit themselves for where they apply because of the money, and they think that it will cost too much and they can't afford it. And this isn't merit-based. This isn't scholarship. This isn't a lot of extra applications. It's 100% need met. So when you fill out your FAFSA and your government forms, they give you a government-issued number of what they think your family should be able to contribute. So that's $20,000. They say your family should be able to pay $20,000. If a school is 100% need met and it costs $70,000, the school will pay the extra $50,000. No questions, no essays, no extra applications, nothing. That is 100% need met. The need is the difference between that $20,000 and the $70,000. They'll pay it. automatically. And people do not realize this. And I'm seeing that a lot, that they think they can only afford to stay local, stay in the state, which is great. We have such a fabulous local education system in our state. But just to put that out there, to really look into what percent need is met.
How do we get a hold of you, Kristen? Because you're awesome. You're a plethora of information.
Thank you. Well, you can probably best to email me at Kristen, Kristen, at collegekeystone.com or info@collegekeystone.com. The website is the same address, and that's probably the best way. You're also welcome to call or text 805-680-6341, and I love to chat, so just start the conversation.
All of our info is also up on Teen Sports Radio.
Oh, yes,
Kristen Snedden, put your hands together. Let's take another quick little break. We've got all new commercials to check out. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. Laura Arcodia, since you walked in late, and first thing you do is shovel yourself with a big mouthful of sourdough bread. Where else can you find us?
I saw Laura.
You can find us
the other day in her wetsuit and ready to go and rolling. You know, she
goes to CC to surf.
Yeah, can I say she does everything? Oh yeah, right. She co-hosts, she surfs, classes, international.
Do it all. I wish I was 10 people. So, anyways, you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and teensportsradio.com.
Say hi, 5 different countries, please.
Salve a tutti, siamo quasi a Natale, spero che state tutti bene e spero che vi piaccia questo episodio di Teen Sports Radio. Hallo an alle, wir sind fast bei Weihnachten. Ich hoffe, dass es euch alle gut geht und dass es heute ein schöner Tag wird. Bonjour à tous, c'est presque Noël. J'espère que vous êtes tout bien et que vous êtes très joyeux. Buenos días a todos. Estamos cerca de Noel, de Navidad. Espero que todos están bien. And hello to everybody. We're really close to Christmas and I'm really excited about it because my finals are over and I'm going to be home soon.
Yeah, baby! Yeah, you love it here. That's right. That's right.
Do you want to do one in Russian?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Why not? SourDoughBread wants to do something in Russian.
Внимание, внимание, дорогие слушатели. Вы слушаете радио для Sporting 1290 KZSB.
Yeah! Woo! We killing it!
I can do Pig Latin.
You probably could. Can you?
No.
Oh, okay. No. I would call you out. Who's in the house? My buddy, Mona Motte-Wilds. Woo! Director of Gift Planning, Westmont College. How are you today, Mona?
Thank you.
I love having
Great to be
chats.
here.
I love having a chat. Like, what are you doing today? She goes, I says, you're going to be on the show today for me? Yes. She goes, you need me? I said, yes.
Well, I just want to reiterate the points that Kristen made as a parent and employee of Westmont. I do know, having been through the process 3 times with my daughters, there is a lot of money out there, and it is possible to go to private schools for less than it would cost to go to one of the state schools. And I've done it 3 times.
Wow.
But it is. And it is an experience. And one thing that people should understand, that there's a right place for every student. Mm-hmm. Relax. Don't get too overwhelmed and anxious. There is a right place for every child. In terms of Westmont, we give away about $22 million a year in scholarships and aid.
Wow.
And that is... So in addition to financial aid, there is a lot of merit aid out there. And for all levels of students, too. It's not just the top students, but it could. It's worth applying to find out. And much of that is due to the generosity of donors. And that's one of the things that Erica was asking me about today. This morning when I talked to her, we started the program saying how blessed we all were. And we are. This is an incredible community. But Americans, by and large, are the most generous in the entire world. 2/3 of Americans give to charity. And last year there was almost $375 million contributed. Most of that was by individuals. And one of the interesting things is the people at the lower end, people that live below the poverty line, still give to charity. And oftentimes they give a greater percentage of their income. And I brought some charts here to share with Erica. About 12% of their income versus people that are at the top end, the very, very wealthy, who give about 2% of their income.
I loved it because she corrects me because she's like my big sister. Because I thought you were factoring a person's time, which is a value. Yeah. You know, that's an element.
Very valuable.
Yeah, and totally. And I know because there's a lot of people that do volunteer, and she goes, no, it doesn't include the time. I'm like, dang. I mean, because that's what a lot of people do is they do their time. And if you don't factor in their time, and that's just their dollar value, 12% of what they make, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's awesome.
That brings tear to my eyes. What it tells me is that the people closest to someone in need are the people who are closest to giving.
And Americans give for all kinds of reasons, and it's not just, there are a lot of tax benefits to giving, particularly giving things like appreciated stock and ways you can avoid capital gains. For most people, though, they don't give for tax reasons or for the benefits that will come to them. They give because they care about their community. They care about others. They care about their friends. They want to make the world a better place.
Amen. Usually you
make
say
education
something
possible for people who can't afford it.
After something, that was a big breath. I didn't even have any air after you took it all.
I'm very greedy. Actually, sorry, Laura. Age before beauty. Wait a minute, that means I'm first. A friend of mine from Las Vegas sent me a note about donations. And she said the good and the bad. And the list was of places that we think are really giving a lot to charity, and they get millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And very, very little of it actually goes to the people. And I don't know if I can mention one or not. I don't want us to get sued or anything.
Let's just be vague.
Okay.
They're not going to go. You have to.
I wouldn't mention Goodwill at all right now because I'm being vague. But that's a private organization. They get donations and they do not give 1 penny to charity. It's a private business. The man makes millions every year, and nothing goes to charity. And the people who work there make minimum wage. Goodwill's just the name. Now, that's an eye-opener, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Yes.
And you can find
crazy.
out,
Yes.
there are watchdog groups that will let you know about charities and the percentage that actually goes to benefit the people that they exist
and
to
it pays
help.
to inform yourself of that, because when you give, you think it's going to make a difference. And March of Dimes, they figure about a dime of that dollar goes actually directly to the people.
I would like to say to give to education in
Right.
any way
Absolutely.
that you can. I mean, that definitely goes
That's the best investment.
Directly to
Best investment, yeah.
Promise program. Woo! Put your hands together.
Yep.
Westmont College. Yeah. That's right. Santa Barbara City College. That's right. Anywhere.
And Unity Shop.
Unity Shop.
Who was
Yes.
That's
on
right.
the show.
That's
and
right.
that was, I had no idea all that
Tom
they did
Reed.
locally. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
we
was
had a
an
nice
eye-opener,
little
too.
tour.
Yeah.
We were on the telethon.
That's right.
Yep.
I was actually thinking on my way over here of our Christmas traditions in our family, because this is a season of giving too. One of the things my daughters and I used to do every Christmas was to go and volunteer at the Unity Shop, and it is incredible to be there and to help to see the people coming through.
Yeah, no, going back to community service and charity, it's crazy. Like you said, Americans are one of the most generous people in the world, because I have done more community service in this 1 year that I've been here than in the rest of my 17 years. Like, if I take it out, it's crazy. Like, community service is something that they just started in Italy, like last semester. So you're way ahead of that, and it's something to be very proud of.
Aw.
Yeah.
Eva.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, when I was researching, two of the things that influence young people to become involved and philanthropic are faith and their parents. So doing by example.
I have to say, I have 5 children, and they are all... they hesitate on being called active or activists because they don't feel like they're doing enough, but they all have the mindset that you need to do for a community. I'm really happy about that.
Good job, Dominique.
Yeah, this Saturday, as you were saying, with faith and family, I'm actually, through my church, I'm volunteering, and we're wrapping gifts for, I think it's Unity Shop, which is awesome. Just like volunteering, being part of like National Charity League, it's just an incredible feeling, and I love how Santa Barbara incorporates it everywhere you go.
To me, the gift is in the gift of giving, the rush that you get. I don't even understand it. I mean, I can't even wrap my brain around it. There isn't anybody the connection that you get with another human being anytime you give of yourself. It's not about the money. You know what I mean? It's not about the money.
Like in Italy, we have this saying that is, being generous is actually being selfish, because it makes you feel so good about being able to help somebody who needs it. So being generous is not just giving away, it's actually getting even more back.
And the fun thing about being generous is you're getting something no one can take away from you. That satisfaction of having met a need, that's precious. It's yours.
That's very true.
All right, Dr. D says it's go time. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. Oh, my goodness. This is a lot of giving, a lot of love. Dominique, want to say something?
Yeah, it buzzes like a beehive in here in between breaks. I just wanted to comment again about when you ladies were talking about the colleges and helping kids pick their colleges. I kind of liken it, having watched my daughter Sasha finally end up at UCLA, I liken it to, it's going to sound weird, finding a wedding dress. Okay, I helped a wonderful friend of mine. She went through, maybe 20 dresses, and then all of a sudden she put on a dress and she tingled. And it was like, her whole body lit up.
Is she allergic?
No. But what I'm trying to say is, it's not the process of finding the right college. It's not just a mental thing. Your heart, you're going to feel it in your body.
You resonate to the right energy.
Yeah, and I want to add to that because I know when I was in senior year last year, a lot of people were like, "Oh, don't go to a community college because it's not as good as a state school or something like that." And honestly, right now I am at City College. There was one teacher who was like, to be honest, go to City College, transfer, and then at the end of the day, you will have the degree from the other school, wherever you go. And I just love having taken that decision because right now I have the ability to explore different fields without having that thing that I'm like, oh, I'm already in a 4-year school and I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm really exploring a lot of different things. So don't stress out too much about it. And City College, which is the option that we have here, is one of the best city colleges in general, or the best one. So
I showed Laura this one with my degree, Westmont Economics and Business, and I turned it over. I said, Laura, it doesn't show Harbor College, Long Beach State. Yeah. It just shows Westmont College. Yeah. Exactly. All right, and that gave me an opportunity because I had to work. My parents, I didn't come from a very wealthy family. I had to pretty much put myself through school. So, and I did have any idea what I wanted to do. I knew I had to go to school, but a lot of it was at night because I had to work during the day. So I was just bouncing around until my father got a really kicking great job up here in Santa Barbara. Thank you, God. And then it turned out that the president was a graduate of Westmont. So, and then he goes, oh, your daughter should try Westmont. When I walked onto that campus, there was it was your wedding dress. I brought a shovel. I planted a seed. I wasn't going there. I wasn't doing anything.
Well, along those lines, when you said the wedding dress, the analogy I make is not exactly with a life partner, but a boyfriend or a girlfriend, that it's not important that all the men in the world or all the women in the world love you. It's really just important that the one that matters does, and it's not important to get into every single school and have everybody, seeking your acceptance. It's really just important that the one that makes you tingle or that you bring the shovel to, that's the one that you pursue.
The other thing is that for some kids, if they haven't gone out for a sport, applying for college is their first opportunity for a serious rejection. And that is actually a growing experience. To get a rejection and to sit with that energy and go, okay, something better's on the horizon for me, and to learn that as a life skill.
Definitely. I agree 100%. And there's nothing bad about going to Stanford for 4 years or Westmont for 4 years. I mean, that's great. That was the way you mapped it and that's the way you wanted it. And that's great. But I always tell people that, life is a marathon. It's a long road, but if you wanted to do the short thing, that's awesome. I mean, every it's all good, whatever way. I know you went through like a lot of different, before you decided what you wanted to do, right, Dr. Energy? No, you didn't. Okay, great.
When I was young, I wanted to be a therapist from the very beginning, but my father didn't want me to. He said, you'll be with an element of social work of people. It'll be depressing. So it took me 10 years of working before I put myself through school, and I finally finished at 36 and went back at 28 and finished at 36, and I've been practicing for 25 years, and I'm really happy. And that brings me to my point about tingling and colleges. And in life, we're not always handed what we want. And really, the success in life is making a success of what you do, and the expression, bloom where you were planted. And that's really the victory in life. It's not the good luck that you have. It's the opportunities that you create. Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
you want to segue into something?
Yeah, well,
okay.
I'll segue. I feel the need to segue.
Okay, segue.
In our last segment, we were talking about giving and community and how generous America is. And I wanted to dedicate this piece of writing, which is called If Not For You. I don't know if any of you ever heard it before. And I wish I knew the author, but I looked it up and I couldn't find it. And I want to dedicate this particular piece of writing to Erica, Salda, and to Dominique Hackett, because you truly are an inspiration for what you've done and provided in our community to our teens and our athletes, and to dedicate this as well to all of the companies and people who support so generously and so beautifully our community. It's called If Not For You. If not for you, there would be a place of emptiness in the heart of the divine. If not for you, all the good that you have done would still need doing. If not for you, the spark of your ideas would not have ignited the flame in others. If not for you, the key role that you have played in life's drama would remain unfulfilled. If not for you, at least one person would not have awakened to their dreams. If not for you, your triumphs could not be examples to inspire others. If not for you, someone who needed love would not have received it. If not for you, a life would have been shortened or never existed. If not for you, the song of life would have missed a beat. If not for you, your gifts would remain ungiven. If not for you, another might have suffered in your place. If not for you, someone would have no path to follow. If not for you, there would be one less smile, one less laugh, one less hug. If not for you, something would be missing. You have always made a difference. Who you are is important every day. You are the face, the heart, and the soul of the divine. Never forget, you make a difference and you are valuable.
Boy, I'm just getting choked up.
This is Erica Saul, the Queen of Teal. We'll be back with more of these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. All right, folks, all day, December 13th. I'm already done with my Christmas shopping. Are you, Dee?
Yes, I am.
Man, I was done. I've been done. Anybody else done? Dr.
Not
Ellie,
even
you
close.
I've been done.
I didn't even start it.
Really?
I work well under pressure. I'm
so
going to
done.
wait for the
Really?
23rd.
Are you?
Equal time here for Hanukkah. Just a minute. So I have this adopted daughter. I call her my folk daughter, family of loving choice. And I introduced her the concept of Hanukkah, big mistake. Now she expects 8 gifts. Thank you very much.
Oh, no, it's 10.
No, it's 8. It's 8.
That's right, because I'm 1%. You know, I had the DNA.
Yeah.
So I get 10 gifts.
You get 10 gifts. Okay.
I'm 1%, Terry. That's right.
Hanukkah and Christmas share the day, don't they?
Yeah, I think so, yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Well, he was Jewish.
That's it. That's right. They should be sharing. Sharing is caring. Eva, who'd you bring?
I brought the one and the only Ellie Chenoweth.
So
this girl right here is so impressive. She's a sophomore.
Nice.
And she is on varsity volleyball.
Whoa.
So it's insane. Today I brought her to talk a little bit about her past season and what her accomplishments are going to be. So how was your season this year? How did your coach help you? And just elaborate.
Thank you so much, Eva. So yes, I was a sophomore on varsity this year. It was a little intimidating coming on varsity as a sophomore, but my coach Gannon was really helpful, boosted my confidence a lot by putting me on varsity and giving me this opportunity. The season was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot, and I think I grew.
Awesome. Do you think you grew more from your coach helping you or the girls on your team?
I think that both. I think that the girls on my team were very supportive as well, and it was great to be able to grow as a team with them. I think that's what's so great about volleyball is you can work well together, and so yeah, I think they helped me a lot.
Oh, that's so awesome.
How long have you been playing?
I've been playing since 6th grade. I also play club volleyball, so I do that off season after high school.
Oh, that's busy.
So are some of the girls on your volleyball team this year in club volleyball with you for your off season?
Yes. So there's a few girls that also play club. 2 of them play with me on my team who are also at the high school.
So how's club different than high school volleyball?
Well, club volleyball is a lot more competitive, I would say. It's a really big commitment, and we travel a lot for tournaments, mostly in Anaheim, San Diego. We also have some big tournaments out of California. So it's really competitive, but it's a lot of fun.
Which one of the 2 do you like the most?
I think high school season's a lot of fun because you feel a lot a part of the school, being a Dawn and having people come and support you at your games. But I also really like club a lot because I feel like I also learn a lot from club season, and I get to be in a more competitive setting, which I really like.
Ooh. Did I read that Coach Gannon is not retiring, but he is handing the team off? Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about that? You know, he's been such a big part of girls volleyball.
He has. Gannon has been a big part of girls volleyball. He's been coaching for many years. And one thing that our team this year did was give him his 100th win, I believe. Yes. 100th or 102nd. I can't remember. But we ended up giving him that win in the Tournament of Champions at the end of the season against St. Marcus, which is really neat.
So who will be the coach next year?
I'm actually not sure yet. I don't know if that has been determined. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah. But Gannon has given a lot to the girls volleyball program, so he'll be missed.
Yes. And I know it is very, very early to talk about this, but do you feel like you want your volleyball to be a big part of your future, or is it just something that you want to do now during high school?
That's a good question. Volleyball is my passion. I always have loved playing sports. I would like it to be a part of my future, so I'll see where it goes from here. But I'm looking forward to improving with my skills, and so yeah.
Oh, it's just awesome, Ellie.
Thank you.
I have a good friend who does chiropractic sports medicine, and I watched him work with a gymnast one time, and he said to her, what do you want to do with your gymnastics? Do you want to just take it through high school, or are you helping it to propel you into college? And this is actually really important for kids to consider even when they're freshmen, because your body is able to metabolize being a sports player and an athlete and everything at a particular age that you're at, but maybe you don't have the perfect body for the sport for the next 30 years, but it might be enough to get you into a really great college. So if you're really enjoying the sport, we're really encouraging you to keep on going.
And you should think about Westmont, because the women's volleyball team are the top seeded team in the country right now.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
In our division in NAIA.
That's impressive.
So it really is. It'll be a record for the college.
They're going to do it.
I know.
Feeling it. That's it.
So join a winning program.
That's it. Yeah, and another 2 more years, they will be bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Hey, it's 12:13 for you guys that haven't finished up your Christmas shopping. Get it done. Check out the local charities. Everybody needs help wrapping. Okay, and Dee?
Can I just add? We have a lot of people on our website that you can go to for getting gifts.
Yes, we do. Check it out. And Santa Barbara, we've got a lot of love in this community, and we're blessed. Teen Sports Radio will be a part of it. So thank you. God bless Santa Barbara. See you next week.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.